Welcome to Epilogue Podcast, the show where we discuss some stuff that happened on a different show ages ago which nobody really cares about anymore.
Hi, I'm Portponky.
And I'm LeBloc.
Today we're discussing Deep Space Nine, Season 4, Episode 16, Bar Association. Rom and the bar staff strike against Quark because of his poor working conditions. Worf gets frustrated enough to start living on the Defiant.
That B-plot sounds kind of funny when you reduce it to one line like that.
This kind of is what the B-plot is. He's just frustrated about whatever it is.
I don't understand how it's supposed to help. He still has to go on the station and work there and do stuff.
The station is huge. They've said before there's big parts of it that are unoccupied. I believe in Visionary they moved the Romulan diplomats to a section of one of the habitat rings that had no other people living there. So I'm guessing this, like Sisko's promotion to captain, will change nothing.
Yeah.
It's kind of a bad idea anyway. What if the Defiant has to go somewhere and Worf has something else to do?
And he wants a nap, yeah.
Sisko and co take the Defiant on a diplomatic mission to do something, which isn't very likely, it's a gunship, but just say they do. Worf does a full day at work, goes to go back to his bedroom and realizes it's gone.
So when he's entertaining a lady friend, and he puts, a tie on the door, so they can't go on the Defiant when he's occupied?
Put a tie on the door?
That's a college thing. I didn't know how else to say it. Some kind of sign to show that he doesn't want anyone to enter. Which is all the time anyway.
Well, the Defiant only has bunk beds anyway. So presumably when it goes out on a mission, he would be sharing his quarters with someone.
Whether he likes it or not.
Hey, yeah. So, about the A-plot.
Where Rom becomes Norma Ray, yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that name will have no resonance for you.
Yeah, so, anyway, Rom becomes a Union man and strikes against Quark. And bunch of stuff happens and everyone's happy apart from Quark, but he's never happy, so that's kind of like he is happy.
He is overly mean in this one.
I kind of got the impression that he can't form normal relationships with anyone.
What led you to that?
Well, he's horrible to Rom. He's unhappy about everything that happens. Honestly, Odo seems like his best friend at this point. And that is no kind of friendship.
By default?
Yeah, I mean, that's the person who he disagrees with least at this stage. A guy who's basically trying to imprison him.
That one line of his was especially harsh. The only thing I regret is not being an only child. Oof.
It's not his fault, anyway.
Yeah, why would he... Maybe he had a hand in the decision.
Don't go there. No.
It was up to him somehow. Quark, would you like a brother? Yes.
Okay, I said don't go there. Stop going there. He is exceptionally cruel to Rom, which is a bit out of character because he's been kind of warm to Rom in the past. Maybe warm is the wrong word, but kind of ambivalent to Rom.
I guess he doesn't realize what an asset he is. Or maybe he does, and this is his way of controlling him. There are different ways to look at it.
Rom keeps the holosuites working, as we've seen. And he said he would still do that, but he could just as easily have said, I will only do that for Platinum now. And the holosuites seem to be Quark's main, or one of his main sources of income.
Oh, that reminds me of a huge problem I have with this episode. So it's all about Quark not maintaining profit, right? This can't be the first time he's dealt with this ritual. How did he deal with it in the past? And why is he operating during the ritual anyway? Just close the bar. Don't have a full staff when no one is coming in.
Bar staff are almost always on shift work anyway. Just don't schedule as many workers.
At least don't schedule the entire staff, as he seemed to be doing.
Did they say it was an annual ritual?
I assumed. Maybe it's a
Typical.
once every 10-year thing or something. But he should have planned for this in advance. It's a ritual
Here we go.
that is part of Bajoran stuff that he should read up on so he can exploit stuff and make more profit.
Yeah, his approach was wrong. But it says here, the Bajoran time of cleansing was a custom in the Bajoran religion during which people fasted for a month. Which, considering it's for a month, makes it sound annual. Like Lent or Ramadan.
Those parallels are probably why I assumed it's every year, because it made me think of those.
Well, yeah, it could be more than annual, but annual would be the most logical. So, yeah, Quark kind of drove them to do this through his own stupid lack of business sense, including almost working someone to death when no one was there to require anything done. Hang on, do Bajorans even drink that much?
Yes?
His bar is usually full of random guys, not Bajorans.
They possibly follow Bajoran customs when in Rome.
When in Rome, you become Catholic?
Yep. Go to church, the whole bit.
Well, most people who go to Rome do visit a church, yes, but they don't usually convert to Catholicism. I don't know, though. I've never been. You can probably convert at cut price rates at the Vatican.
They have a group deal.
Group discount for converting to Catholicism.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Do they have a drive-through?
They have double Tuesdays.
Uh,
Oh, I have a question for you, but I suspect the answer is yes. So in this episode, it probably is yes. In this episode, Odo summarizes some incidents on
yes.
that happened on the Enterprise, and I'm assuming those are plots to actual episodes that happened on Next Gen. Yes.
Well, you know the answer to that. The episodes were called A Matter of Time and Rascals. Both episodes where Worf made massive mistakes. But to be honest, he probably could have picked any two Next Gen episodes. He was kind of a screw up on that show. It's, well...
I don't get that sense at all from what they've done here.
I'm probably exaggerating. He's much more together with Deep Space Nine, but how did he not appear a bit of a screw up on this episode? All he did was get emo, start some kind of mysterious fight, and then move to a spaceship.
He had to defend his honor.
What Okay, this whole fight thing, what was going on with that? Because that didn't make a lot of sense.
O'Brien was enraged that someone had a different opinion.
So Worf went into Quark's, and then Bashir and Brian said, "Oh no," and ran after him. And then the next scene is Cisco saying, "Why did you all have a fight?" And I'm sitting there thinking, yeah, why did they have a fight? Did I miss something?
Worf entering Quark was to show his solidarity with Quark and his support of non-unionized labor, and then that does not sit well with O'Brien.
Oh, that actually makes sense. Okay, I've been schooled.
Oh, I thought you were having a laugh there.
No, that actually makes complete sense, because O'Brien's he has strong feelings about unions. I still think the show didn't convey very clearly why they were fighting. For stupid people, you know? There were a couple characters in this episode that have appeared before. One is Liquidator Brunt, and the other is Lita. So these are kind of both reoccurring characters now, I guess. Do you have an opinion on that?
I liked Rom moving in on Bashir's girl.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I mean, Rom is kind of likable for a Ferengi. But then at the same time, he'd sort of openly laments that he's been basically masturbating too much.
Oh, that's what that was about. I didn't connect that when they talked about what was the stuff?
Umox. That's the ear rubbing.
Okay.
She says, "Who's the lucky lady?"
Yeah.
It's like, nope, just me. I thought it was really funny. I wouldn't imagine a human being that forthright with such a thing.
Oh, I bought some hand lotion. Some rubbing oils.
Oh, really? What's that for? You got dry skin?
No, it's for furious self-pleasure.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go now.
Good to know.
But Rom just comes out with it. It's cute that he's so honest. Well, maybe cute's the wrong word. I don't know, but his awkward sharing of information didn't break his innocent charms.
No, not at all. And they're starting to do more with Rom, which is nice. It's welcome. He has leadership qualities. He cares to better himself. It's nice that this is happening after Nog and his pursuit of Starfleet Academy. We can say, oh, he was influenced by his son, and create a narrative out of that. You've said it before, and I agree. I like when characters try to better themselves and not just stagnate.
I don't exclusively like that, I would say. I like how Quark is quite self-destructive.
Oh, that's not all I want to see. I don't exclusively want to see characters bettering themselves.
It's good to have a mix. Yeah, I think, especially Next Generation, everyone's just trying to become more awesome all the time, and it gets it kind of grates after a while. Which is why I like Deep Space Nine best of all. It has both sides of the sword.
As any sort of fictional narrative should.
Well, Roddenberry was kind of against a lot of things. He had some really strict rules about how Starfleet and the Federation should be. I mean, an obvious example is there shouldn't be strong disagreements amongst Starfleet officers because they're working together for a better future. Just to try and shift the focus from retelling modern stories in a futuristic setting to actually telling futuristic stories based on a enlightened society.
That's a noble idea.
But it's a great idea. I'm just glad they didn't stick to it too hard for Deep Space Nine, because you run out of stories to tell.
It's perhaps too limiting.
Well, if you're only painting with blue paint, there's only so many things you can paint. We're going to add some green paint in there, maybe?
I was going to say before you start Cubism.
That
or whatever
red.
Picasso did after his blue period.
Oh my god, I'm so confused.
Picasso had a period where he painted mostly in blue.
Oh, yes. Anyway, let's not talk about art, because it's boring. We've got 2 rules of acquisition.
211. Employees are the rungs on the ladder of success. Don't hesitate to step on them.
That analogy doesn't work at all, because you don't necessarily climb every ladder immediately.
And you can skip some rungs.
Oh no, it says ladder of success, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you'd want to climb that one.
Yeah, there's no point in hesitating on that one.
No, probably not. But again, this follows the form where they state something and then have a follow-up to explain what the original statement means.
Because it's not obvious.
Yeah. So, whilst I think the sentiment of this one is good, I really think they should have worked on the phrasing a bit more. What was the other rule?
Number 263, never allow doubt to tarnish your lust for latinum.
What does that even mean? Absolutely, you should allow doubt to tarnish your lust for latinum.
But then you will acquire less latinum.
I completely disagree. Fear and suspicion are 2 of the keenest ways to avoid bad deals and scams and fraud and that sort of thing.
Oh, it's not doubt in general, though. It's doubt... Wait.
Well, is it saying you shouldn't doubt the fact that you want latinum, or is it saying you shouldn't doubt that your latinum deals will go well if you think they will? Because the latter, I would say, yes, you should definitely doubt it.
I don't even know what to make of this one now. I don't know what I originally thought. This doesn't make any sense to me.
It's one that sounds good, but what are they saying?
Yeah, I think I just let it pass because it sounded nice. But then now that I look at it, I don't know what it's saying.
I guess it's supposed to say... I can't remember the context in which they exactly said it, but I guess it's just saying you should always like latinum.
Yeah, that's what it's saying. Okay, that's what I originally thought. Okay. Yeah, so you shouldn't sit there, oh, should I be lusting for latinum right now? No, you should. Don't doubt it.
Is that a useful rule of acquisition?
Not at all.
If you're going to read 263 into this, then you probably like latinum quite a lot. You don't then need to be reinforced. Yeah, by the way, you really do like latinum. You're sitting there thinking, oh, I thought I liked latinum.
You know, I've read 262 of these. I'm not sure about my lust for latinum. I better read another one. Okay, 263 confirms it. I should lust for latinum.
The phrasing of this one is a bit flamboyant. Never allow doubt to tarnish your lust for latinum. How about never doubt your lust for latinum?
But then you don't get tarnish, and yeah, you don't get tarnish in there.
Instead of never doubt, you could just say trust your lust for latinum, and then it rhymes. But that sounds ridiculous, so...
I thought they worded it the way they did because tarnish. So they said lust, and that made me think of luster. So being shiny, like latinum, and then tarnish
Yes.
to make dull.
That's quite a good little piece of wordplay. That's probably why it sounds so good. And why we did not question it.
I think that's why I liked it. I thought, oh yeah, tarnish to make something dull and luster. I see what you guys did.
Very clever. Hey, I have a multiple choice quiz for you.
I didn't study, but let's see how this goes.
Okay, it's just one question, and the viewers, listeners, you can play too.
Readers.
Yeah. Participants. Okay, 3 people are having a fight. You arrest them. You have 5 jail cells. Do you A, put them all in one jail cell, or B, put them all in separate jail cells?
Hey. Am I Cisco
Congratulations,
in this
you
situation?
could be a deputy for Odo. Yes. Yeah, I don't know why they were all in the same cell. That seems like not the right place to put people who are trying to beat each other up.
Just moments before, one of them has an open wound.
Yeah. And then they all had to sleep in there.
You know why Worf doesn't listen to reason? Because he doesn't have ears.
Oh, God. He does probably have ears.
You can't confirm that.
I'm sure a quick Google image search will prove me right.
We only have this show to confirm anything. Well, I do. I support a Dax and Worf relationship. Putting that out there.
Okay, I can't actually find a picture of Worf's ears. But other Klingons have ears, so it follows that Worf has ears. There's another thing for the readers. Find a picture of Worf's ears. Also, what, you think there's chemistry between Dax and Worf?
Yeah. Sure. Not really, but I like
That's
seeing them
disgusting.
together.
They're different species.
So we saw Lita kiss Rom on the forehead.
That was disgusting too.
And Lita is Bajoran and Bashir is not.
Also disgusting. I'm entrenched now. I'm going to just say it. No matter what you say, I'm going to say it's disgusting. Moving along. Have you prepared a quote?
Workers of the world unite. You have nothing to lose but your chains.
Ah, yes. As written by Karl Marx.
Yes. I don't know how you felt while watching this episode, but unions are still a contentious topic in America. Even though this episode is however many years old, there are a lot of people who vehemently oppose unions here and those who support them. So it was curious to watch this and how clearly they support unions, and it's those opposed to unions were depicted as villains. Wasn't exactly even-handed.
Well, as a European, I've discussed workers' rights in the United States with many of my European friends, and we've all agreed pretty much that they're terrible.
Correct.
If you look at France, they have really decent labor laws. They will strike as soon as anything funny happens. And it's good on them. I mean, they don't let employees get mucked about with. Whereas in the United States, they can fire you for any reason at any time, immediately.
Pretty much.
You can't do that in almost every European country. In the UK, there was a lot of unionist stuff, especially during the Thatcher years. So I guess it is. I don't know. I don't think people care that much nowadays. But it's understandable that in the United States, everyone's like, "Oh no, don't join a union. You might not get exploited as hard." I think United States businesses are more approaching Ferengi levels of stuff.
Unfortunately.
Like, since the show has aired, it's got more Ferengi, not less Ferengi.
It's such a hot topic that I won't even mention unions in casual conversation because people will attack you if you don't fall on the side that they fall on.
Yeah, you could mention it in the UK. Most people wouldn't care. You talk about it at work. People are okay with that. I don't imagine you would maybe do that in the US then. Just as you would not do it at Quarks. Or
Yeah.
Brunt will turn up and beat you up. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. I just remembered something that I wanted to mention. Brunt and his two cronies, Noshkins, beat the ever-loving Pip out of Quark. Quark says he's not going to press charges, but surely this is not a civil case. This is criminal law. They don't seem to have criminal law in Star Trek. This is not the first time this has happened, where they have not tried people for crimes which would clearly be criminal law. Meaning that the person does not need to press charges, it's automatically pressed by the governing state. If you beat someone to a pulp, you will be tried for it in most modern societies. It's weird that they don't have that. So, how do they ever try anyone for murder?
Well, this corpse isn't pressing charges. We can't do anything.
Exactly. And they intended to murder Quark. Odo stopped them.
Oh, we learned attempted murder isn't a crime.
But beating someone up is? Or if they press charges?
Yes,
So-
press charges.
What? So if Odo hadn't stopped them and they had killed Quark, then Quark would have been killed and Odo could have arrested all of those guys. And that would have been some ultimate justice for him, but he wouldn't have got the smoking gun on Quark.
Yeah, he can't let Quark die before he imprisons him forever. So that he's forced to be his friend.
Okay. On to whatever's next.
The next episode, of course.
Oh, right, yeah. How could I be so incredibly, ridiculously stupid?
It's okay, don't let it happen again.
Okay, I'm sorry.